Ay, I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Ay, I turn the knob, can't resist, I'm incredible. Yeah, came for the dollars, call it vegetable. Then I did the dash, can I catch me, bro? Ooh, then I did the dash, can I catch me, whoa? Your whole team is no competition. Boy, I did it by myself, it's a solo mission. Running up the charts, I'm a fool, dog. Turn the whole field to a schoolyard. Bunch of students ain't eating round here. I'm the GOAT, little man, and I made it loud and clear. Put the gas on them like I'm with the Cavalier. Show no love, got the confidence, no fear. I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, 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 I'ma act a fool with this. Okay, yeah, yeah, then I hit that. Okay, yeah, yeah, then I hit that.
It was a common sight in the 80s and 90s, not quite as frequent since, but it's back. Playoff football in the Bay Area here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the San Francisco 49ers. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
By Micah Hyde. A gain of 14. And the Colts first down.
First and 10, Taylor now. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 11 more on that one and another first down.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Colts.
On first down, it's Newton. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
And he's got his tight end. That's Ebron, and it's a Colt touchdown.
Eric Ebron.
Eric Ebron, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts take it right down and score on the opening drive.
The kick is good.
And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy.
Colts 7, 49ers nothing.
Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Well, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
You can script and diagram plays all you want, but no one really envisions something like that happening this early in the game. How about that run to get things started? Didn't he win NFC Player of the Week last week?
Yeah, he was on fire a week ago, and what a start to this one.
Yeah, no sign of him cooling down at all.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
He was brought down by...
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
53, Mike. Hey, D-line, let's get in there.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Back again, the ball carrier. He was brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Here we go. Like 20. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic.
On play action, now Garoppolo. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Taylor. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
At the 16-yard line.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. A shotgun snap for Newton. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 34-yard line.
From the gun, it's Taylor. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Thrown away and incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
7, 49ers nothing.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Taylor. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Back to Taylor on first down. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They run with Taylor. And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 19-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. And the Colts first down.
From the red zone now, Newton. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
They'll look to run with Taylor. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Jonathan Taylor, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 37. 11 yards there, first down.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Garoppolo now. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Now, I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame, but if you look at the great linebackers in history, they all have that ability to innately sense where a play is going, sometimes even before the ball snapped, and they're there and end up making the play.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. They're trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Colts add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
At their own 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
At the 38.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Safety's creeping. Check, man.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. Oh, they intercept Garoppolo for the third time. Picked off by Malik Hooker.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try to add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Looking deep for Hilton. No, he almost had it. Already with one interception, just missing his second there.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, Newton. Looking for Campbell downfield. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell in the final seconds of the first half. And the Colts are able to grow their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. Escaping the pressure right. Looking deep for Adams. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Let me breathe for a minute, man.
The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
58's the mic. 58's the mic.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Call it a gain of 3. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, short tackle.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 46. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
2nd and 12 now at the 44-yard line.
Hey, come on now. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Oh, you got deep? Under crunch. Gun. Under crunch. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4.
To throw is Newton. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
3rd down and 12.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. And that will be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else. Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face, coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Garoppolo to his tight end Kittle for a Niner first down. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Now Newton. Looking deep for Hilton. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. So that one will be accepted. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
Kari Willis there to bring him down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Here we go on 4th down with Garoppolo. That's to his running back, complete. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Garoppolo finding his tight end, Kittle. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Now Garoppolo lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Back now here in Santa Clara. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Check 26, check 26.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo looking deep for Adams. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 32-yard line.
Right there, 54 Mike. I got one. Check. Check 99.
They run once more with Taylor. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they got an answer for it.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run with Taylor. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. A big play there for Indy. 43 yards on the ground.
Indianapolis.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll run here with Mack. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I just wonder if before that last play, if someone on the defense stepped in the huddle and said, we've been run over, run around, run through all game long. Can we come up with one stop right here? And on that play, they did.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. And this is going to be incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Catanzaro's kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And this carries into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
At the 27-yard line.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Carl Lawson, his 2nd sack of the night.
That right now That's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
From the gun on third, Garoppolo. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. He'll take it at the 42. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
3rd down.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Whip. Watch the whip. 8. Check the backer. Express.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
1st and 10.
Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That was a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
And now a 1st chance for the backup here to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
At the 46-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. Taylor. Solomon Thomas there on the tackle.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hope we get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
He's going to take off with it. 20! And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 29 yards there. And it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
1st down.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. On 1st down, Taylor. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Indianapolis, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3, and they'll head back home.